Rolling. Miss Sharma, do you think it's a good start in Bollywood? Please make me correct if I'm wrong somewhere. You already done some films or which I'm not aware of.
I will definitely correct you on that. This is not my start. I've already started around a couple of years back. My first film in Bollywood I was launched by Ganesh Acharya in the film called Angel, which released around 3.5 years ago, and उसमें उन्होंने संजय दत्त के nephew को और मुझे launch किया था. That was my first film, and then I was relaunched again by Suraj Bharjatya in Rajashri Productions in the film called Samrat and Company with actor Rajiv Khandelwal, which released in 2014, making it 2 years back. And apart from this, I started my career down south. So I started in Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, did Punjabi, did German films, did an English film, and then I started off with Hindi. So that's how my journey has been so far.
Okay, tell us about the film. Dil Sala Sanki.
Okay, well, Dil Sala Sanki is an action romantic flick. It's based on today's kind of love which people fall for or might not fall for. As in, क्योंकि कहानी यूपी की है. So, UP especially, it's a very obvious thing when you hear the word UP in your head. There's a lot of crime happening and there's a lot of blood happening. There's too much of violence happening around you. So yes, there's a lot of all that flavor in the film, but it all revolves around the central plot of the film, which is called love. So everything in the film which is happening, all the drama, all the actions, all the elements in the film, it's only because of the thing called love. Can you just... So yeah. So that's the central plot of the film. It all revolves around this love story between this girl and this young boy, and how she, because she as a girl, like my character's name is Megha in the film, and she's a today's girl being studying in places like UP and up north, but still आज की लड़की है. She has values, she has culture, she is a well disciplined girl, and she believes that education is the only way she can do anything in her life. So her least interest is towards love and towards having an affair or anything with anybody. But circumstances, जैसा हम सोचते हैं लाइफ में, हमारे साथ बिल्कुल वैसा नहीं होता है हमेशा. Something else ends up happening, तो कैसे she gets involved with this gunda who she is completely petrified, and this is like the last person in her life she can expect to have a relationship with a bloody gunda. Come on, So kaise she ends up falling in this trap, and even a worse trap, who's even a bigger gunda than this gunda, which is being played by our Jimmy Shergill ji. So how all these circumstances ke beech mein wo phasti hai, and the transition, how she changes herself as a girl, how she evolves in her thought process ki love is it's not a bad thing. I mean, okay, you can have your priority as studying or anything, but if you fall in love and somebody is so much in love with you, I think one should give it a shot, and you never know, this might end up being the best thing of your life. So this is the motto of the film, कि आजकल की life में, आजकल के दौर में also true love does exist, and if you find that true love, fight for it and never let it go.
Okay, whatever trailer or teaser we saw, it's a rough one. It reminds us of Tevar, or the recent film which is done by Sonakshi and Shahid Kapoor opposite, where the another
Sonakshi and Shahid nahi, I think that was Sonakshi and Arjun.
No, Sonakshi and Arjun was in Tevar. Then there's another film also. I hope you remember that.
Yeah.
It also reminds us of that two films, the recent one.
Yeah.
There'll be a comparison. What's your take? What's your view on that?
Well, see, the idea being, okay, maybe I won't say that it's something which is quite similar from the other films which you mentioned just now, because every film has a different kind of a background. Firstly, every film has a different setup. Every film has different elements which makes the film a little different than all the other films. Like, we are living in a world where we have more than 1,000 films releasing every year. So कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई film किसी ना किसी से similar हो सकती है, but the entire plot of the film, the story of the film, right from the first block to the last frame of the film is all different. अब आप जब ये film देखेंगे, and then you go back to the films like Tevar and the other films which you mentioned, then you will also be on the same page as what I am on today. The central character, because it's a love story, so it seems like that, because it's set up in UP, it's set up again up north, and because there's violence and there's action and there's gundagiri and all that involved. So maybe the outward appearance looks like that, but once you watch the film and you see what the film actually holds in terms of all aspects, in terms of acting, in terms of sets, in terms of music, in terms of the entire setup, then you will come to know that this is not exactly like those films. It's got its own unique space. This is in its own space. It stands out.
Okay, the leading the leading man of the film is a newcomer, and you are the one who's already done so many films down south here in Bollywood. Don't you think, as an individual, as an actor, the responsibility on your shoulder goes up? There'll be there'll be the people who knows you. There'll be viewers who knows you. There'll be film critics who knows you. And Yogesh is doing his debut in the film.
Yes.
Don't you think, as an actress, as an individual, the responsibility on your shoulder goes up to pull the crowd to the theater?
अगर आप मुझसे ये पूछें तो फिर आप जिमी जी को पता नहीं क्या पूछेंगे.
नहीं, यकीनन. See, I'll tell you, I'm talking the female part.
I understand.
End of the day, the leading star, the leading male and the female actress
I
are the one
totally
who are
but
the.
you know, this is better. In fact, I won't say, I don't know better, but it's a challenging zone then, because अब तक whatever films I have been doing, जितनी भी मेरी जितनी journey रही है so far, it's been because I've been around a good package. All I've been fortunate. इसमें also because the packaging is very good. The lead being new, again, it's a challenge because I have done my bit, I have done my job, and so has he. So everybody does become an established actor from scratch, right? Nobody is a born star overnight. So everybody starts with one film or starts from somewhere. So this young boy Yogesh is starting from this film, and it's not like I will feel overburdened or anything. In fact, the burden on my shoulder is less here because people will be judging him more than they would be judging me, because I have a next number of films on my stride. I have work which I have done already, which people are aware of. So it's going to be a little bit more on his shoulder than it's on my shoulder, honestly, if you see it from my perspective.
Okay, the other one, I hope you take it on a positive note. You already worked with Ganesh Acharya, you worked with Rajshri Films.
Yeah.
What was the reason, you said yes to this film which we are promoting and which we are taking into this side? What is that reason you said yes to the...
The concept is what drives me. I mean, even in the South, even in whichever industry I'm working in, there's one thing which I kind of always think of before I sign up a film, and that's the concept. I just don't want to do a film which can project me as a girl dancing around the trees, being a glam piece in the film, and not having any credibility as an actor to perform. So what I personally always look at in a film when I hear a narration, I have to have something as an actor which I can give to the film. The film has to do something for me. More importantly, I have to do something for the film. So where I have the zone, where I have my freedom as my character, where I can make some inputs from my own side. That was the reason why I chose Angel for my debut film. If you see that film, I was playing a cerebral palsy girl. She's like completely handicapped. और कितने time आपको ऐसा मौका मिलता है in your lifetime as an actor to perform such roles? Very few times. So exactly, that's what I'm talking about. In this film, I have my own zone. I have my own character. I have places where I can, show that, okay, there is something called acting which exists in me. I'm not just dancing, or I'm not just a piece of show in this film. So yes, I have my own scenes. So the character is very important in a film. So this character really kind of tricked me in my brain, and so I thought I should do it. It was a good setup. It's a very good setup still. The director, all the other actors. It's a good story and a good film to do. So I think I wouldn't say no to this film at all. I just wanted to be a part of it.
Okay, something out of the box. The current controversy which is between Hrithik and Kangna is going on. Today we met Vidya Bala during the press conference of Teen, which happened today early in the morning, and she supported Kangna Ranaut openly. She said, I support Kangna Ranaut. Being a female, she have taken this step and she came ahead.
Yes, I'm sure.
So what's your take, being a female actress, being a part of the Bollywood industry?
See,
a male-dominated industry, I would say, rather,
Industry, there's no doubt about that, but females are equally as important here as males are, because just not a male-centric films that are being made. So without the girls, the films are anyways incomplete. So anyways, personally, I don't think I can point my finger at anybody whose favor I'd like to be in this particular controversial situation. So I think whatever the controversies are, and whoever has an upper hand, this is going to end pretty soon. Anyways, controversies don't last forever, and so will this end. So it's just a phase. Like it happens with all the actors. It's not something new. So I don't want to side anybody here because it's none of my business.
Of course, I do understand it's none of your business, but Vidya Balan is the only female actress who came openly and she said, I support Kangna Ranaut, what she's doing.
That's a very good thing if she supports her. All my best wishes are out to her, because I'm sure there must be... she must be knowing the situation much more in detail that I right now know about. So I don't want to just make a statement right now which which not knowing exactly what's happening in the inside story and just looking at it from the outside and speaking like everybody else, I don't think that makes sense to me personally. So if I am a very close source, or if I know really what's happening from the inside then to what's happening on the outside, makes sense for me to speak that time. It doesn't make sense for me to speak at the moment at all.
Should I quote what she said? Should I let you know what she said?
No, I'm not interested in that at all.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sharma.
Thank you so much. हाँ अभी